Good morning, student. I am your social study teacher Shyamli. I am going to teach you the first chapter, Understanding Modern Indian History. Here are some keywords you can go through yourself also. History is the branch of knowledge that records and analyzes past events and happenings. Historians have divided it into three periods: ancient, medieval, modern, on the basis of commonness of characteristics found during each period. This period is called periodication of history. Periodication of Indian history. James Mill, an Scottish economist and political philosopher, published the history of British India and divided the Indian history into Hindu, Muslim, and British period. Periodication of Indian history of borrowed from West. In the West, the modern period was linked with the growth of force of modernity like democracy, science, reason, liberty, and equality. Medieval was the term used to describe the society where their feature of modern society did not exist. However, during British rule, India did not enjoy equality, freedom, or liberty, nor did she experience economic growth or industrial and cultural progress. Here is picture of James Mill. Meaning of colonial. Colonization is a progress of subjugation of one country by another, which leads to political, economic, and social culture change in the conquered country. A colony country exploit the resource as well as the people of subjugation country to promote its own interest. Dates in history. They are important as they help us to arrange events subsequently in order to their occurrence chronologically. Here is the picture of British rule. Choosing important dates. Certain dates around which we built upon a story of past becomes vital. Historian researching different aspects of same period find different dates and events more significant. For example, while studying Shah Jahan, regime, political historian focuses on date talk about his military achievement, relation with the Sikh and Portuguese, as well as administrative measures. On other hand, historian dealing with social culture history we will emphasize on dates dealing with founding of Shahjahanabad, commissioning and building of garden at Kashmir, and development of miniature paintings and so on. Here is picture of Taj Mahal and other monuments built by Shah Jahan. Sources of Indian history. Variety of source material are available for studying modern Indian history. They are British administration record, survey record, records of government records, act, letters written by Indian nationalist leader, records of court proceeding, etc. Historians use these records according to their needs. Here is picture of court proceeding. Administrative records. The British maintained strict control over administration and ensured that all administrative actions were well documented. This practice created an administrative culture and memo, nothing and noting and report. British made effort to preserve those documents from village tehsildar to court. All government departments maintain in their record room. National Archive of India was established in New Delhi in 1920. It housed proceeding of meeting of government of official and government orders, legal act, diaries or official records of court proceeding, farman and books. National Museum at Delhi and other museums across the country have played important role in recording history of this period. Surveying. Britishers believed that in order to rule the country, they must know the country properly. Before dealing detailed map of entire country was prepared during 19th century. Revenue survey was conducted in village to know about topography, soil quality, flora, fauna, local history and cropping pattern. It was carried out periodically every 10 years. These surveys provide information of on size and distribution of population, caste, religion, occupation, etc. Monuments and towns. Britishers constructed fort, residential, official, and public buildings and quarters. Victorial Memorial of Kolkata, Victoria Terminus at Mumbai, Fort Williams at Kolkata, and Rashtrapati Bhavan at New Delhi were the some of the buildings constructed during this period. British also founded towns such as Shimla, the summer capital of British Raj. They provide valuable information for the writing of history. Here are some buildings built by British Raj. What official records hides? Official records often highlights the viewpoint of government and administration but ignores the viewpoint of the common people, feeling, exceptions, opinion, pain, and happiness. To know more about these, we need to look at the other sources such as autobiography, traveler's account, novels, and poems, as they capture common man emotion. Foreign authors such as Went Smith and Macmillan wrote extensively about history and culture along with philosophy of India. Book that contain collection of speech by Nehruji and collective work of Gandhiji and other leaders such as Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, B.R. Ambedkar are helpful for historians to give Indian perspective. Picture of India that time. There were many newspapers published during this period that help us to understand view and opinion of Indian people. They were published in English and vernacular language, local language such as Tamil, Urdu, Bengali, Gujarati, Marathi, Hindi. For example, Raja Ram Mohan Roy published Murat al Akbar with the first newspaper in Persian language. Bal Gangadhar Tilak published Keshari in Marathi and Maratha in English. All these newspaper through new cartoon, letters, editorial, created awareness about the intention of British. Beside literary sources, map, photographs, paintings also constitute important part of resources, along with the photograph, radio, bio broadcast, or leaders and emotional songs prepared people to struggle against British. They were kept in the All India Radio archive. Through important, these sources has one major drawback as they rarely capture the life of tribal peasant, mine worker, or poor people, as these history were the totally different from the liberal society. Thus, unbiased study of history is important to portray the real history of the country. There is picture of Kesari newspaper. Hope you have loved this lesson, and thank you for listening.